You want to scoot
Are
over more?
you? Yeah.
Hey, Glenn. Hey, Bishop. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, y'all. I'm just here. This is her show. I'm just here, so I just decided to share on my platform what she got to offer everybody. So go ahead and get started. I'm just following your lead.
Okay, well, my name is Tina Afum, and I am the creator of You Can't Escape the Box Financial Literacy Program for youth.
Okay.
And I'm interviewing you tonight because of all the amazing accomplishments that you have had.
Thank you. Thank you.
I was blown away.
Mm-hmm.
I was so excited just to be in this space. And of course, this is her studio in her building, her hey, in your complex. So let's start out. I work with youth. What was the climate like financially when you were growing up?
Well, I mean, honestly, we weren't rich. Okay, we definitely struggled. However, I felt like my mother definitely made it important for us to understand money. Whether it was saving, whether it was credit, whether it was just budgeting. Those were the things that were definitely taught in our house. So I learned at an early age how to budget, how important your credit is, and just being mindful of what you have. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Just little sayings like that kind of help develop and mold my thought about finances.
So at that time, were you thinking I'm going to be an entrepreneur, or what were you thinking you wanted to be? Like, let's say age 10, what did you want to be?
I wanted to be a hairstylist. So I started off doing hair around 7. So I used to go around, we lived in an apartment. I used to go around the apartment complex and I used to ask everybody, want your hair done for $5? I used to be busting out them cornrows. I used to be busting out them box braids. Was going back in the day, and mind you, literally 7. So that's what I always wanted to do. I wanted to do hair at that age.
So what changed from 7 to 18?
Woo! So I didn't like to do hair. It was just like it was a hustle. So I feel as if sometimes we have different things that we may be good at, but that's not necessarily what my passion was. So I was able to do hair all the way through college, just on the side, just side hustling, sew-ins here, braids here, flat iron here, and I used that money to kind of help save for my first business while I was in school and working as well.
So what made you think, okay, so I'm guessing, was your mother an entrepreneur, or was there someone else within your family that might have been doing something like that?
No, my mother, she had a degree in marketing, and she kind of worked in corporate America. And my dad, he worked in the restaurant industry. So I just know my parents are more so hustlers. So my mother always had to make something work. So it was like, okay, like I said, we weren't rich at all, but we didn't go without either. So she was going to figure it out. Same thing for my father. He's going to figure it out. So watching them, finagle different things and putting different things together in order to make it work, I learned that at an early age. And being the oldest, you're kind of closer to your parents, so you're really seeing how they navigate when it comes to stressful situations, when it comes to finances, when it comes to running a household. And being the oldest of my 2 siblings, you take on that leadership role, so you're able to kind of understand how to make things work in stressful situations when it comes to finances. So,
what's one thing that, looking back, you wish they would have said, or you wished you would have learned? So, like maybe middle school, high school, if I had known this, it would have changed the directory for me.
Honestly, I want to say I don't think anything, because I feel like my mom really told me, keep your credit good. Like, you want to have good credit. She co-signed for me for my first car, so that kind of put me in a position to do well. She told me when I got my first credit card what to do. Don't pay the minimum balance, pay it off in full. I saw my dad do bad things, so I saw him like run up a credit card bill or something. So I know, like, don't do that. So even in seeing the things that you shouldn't do, I was able to learn, like, okay, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do this. My mother, she encouraged me to go to college. She encouraged me to have good grades. I think she may have been like stricter on me, like, you have to have good grades, as opposed to it's up to you. If you want to be goofy and lollygag in school, that's going to be up on you. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I think, maybe if I would have took it serious more about school, I think that could have helped me, because knowing now, like, how much you can get in scholarships and how you can really utilize those scholarships in other areas, and me not having to pay for student loans, that would have helped. But everything else, I kind of, I think they did a very good job as far as showing me how to manage money, whether we had a lot or we didn't.
So fast forward to your very first brick and mortar
Mhm.
business?
I'm sorry, just cut out.
Oh, you're good.
I have a time limit for social media.
Oh, got you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay.
But fast forward to opening your very first business or starting your very first business. What was that like?
That was hard. So technically, I started my first business in 2019. That's the nonprofit entity. So that's where we are here to help promote and promote educational success to youth in the inner city of Cleveland. That was more so based off of just us using our own resources to provide those things. So whether it's school supplies, whether it's clothes, anything where it comes to helping the underserved community. Then what I did is I went to school for education, and then I worked in child psychiatry at University Hospital, hosting mental health groups for children who tried to attempt suicide or had homicidal ideations. Throughout that time, I was saving all my money so that I could open up an enrichment center. So once I opened up the enrichment center, that's when I had my first brick and mortar. And it was tough because I didn't have a role model to kind of show me like, okay, do this, don't do that. I kind of was figuring out things along the way. So that's why I'm so adamant now to help people do their business, because it's like if we kind of share information and not be like the gatekeeper, like I'm not telling nobody anything, that's where you will see less failure when it comes to business, because I already fell for you. So you don't have to mess up in this area because I already did it. So do this, this, and this so that you're good. But I feel like even if you mess up in business, it's not mess up. It's more so a learning lesson that you need anyway in order to go to the next level. So after I had the daycare, I was able to open the restaurant. So some of the things that I already learned in the daycare, I was able to apply to the restaurant so I wouldn't make that same mistake.
I love that. And I always tell students, it's not win and lose, it's win and learn.
Yes.
Either you win or you learn.
Yes.
And always do an assessment.
Yes.
That's one of the things that my mother made me do, and I do that now. I'm very analytical about everything I do. I have to assess what I did wrong, what I did right, why I liked it, and that's literally anything. Just from this conversation, when I leave this conversation, I'm going to say, oh well, that interview went really well, especially on the fly. But what could you have done right? What could you have done right? What could you have fixed? And so I love that. So now that you're bringing youth into this space, how do you find the youth that you work with?
Yeah, so we have a partnership with CMSD. So we go there and we do recruitment, and then we gather our programming, and then we bring them here.
Nice.
I also try to create strategic partnerships. So whether it's with the cities of South Euclid, because we are based in South Euclid, or the city of Cleveland, I try to also collaborate with other entities as well. So maybe it's MyCom, maybe it's your entity. So figuring out what the need is for other programs, and then how I can help match that need so that both of our businesses are collectively building and scaling in a way that benefits both of us, but of course it benefits the youth as well.
I like that. I like that a lot. So we have our upcoming winter program, and I asked you to do the catering because your food, oh my gosh, anyone who hasn't tried your wings, your biscuits, we're like, the biscuit is live.
Like it, yeah.
Coming back just for the biscuit.
I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
that's
Appreciate
so
it.
crazy.
Yeah.
So I know we're gonna talk further about that. Just everything that you're doing is just so inspiring. It makes you want to go out and just tell the world about you. I think that as a people, we have to start understanding that the night sky is big. There's not just one star, there's lots of stars. And just because you shine bright doesn't mean I shine dull.
Yes,
You
I
know?
love it. I love it.
So yeah, I love everything that you're doing, and I want to collab. And thank you for your time,
Yes, of
and
course.
thank you for everything that you do.
Yeah.
This is Tina with You Can't Escape the Box. Say your name for me.
It's Asia. You can follow me on Instagram at _AISHA, the letter C.
Awesome. So I'll see you guys next time. Out.